I stared at the ceiling of the gymnasium, little black splotches dancing in front of me. Man, my butt hurt. No surprise, as I'd landed on it about 50 times already. The only thing not burning with pain was my face. It was on fire for an entirely different reason. My gutter fighting class wasn't going well. This style of hand-to-hand combat wasn't exactly second nature. My muscles screamed as I pulled myself off the mats and faced our instructor. Running a hand through his thinning hair, Instructor Romby looked disgusted with the entire class.
If you'd been a demon, you'd be dead now. Do you understand? Dead, not alive, Miss Andros.
Like there was some other definition of dead I wasn't familiar with. I gritted my teeth and managed to nod. Romby shot me another scathing glare.
It's difficult to believe you have any amount of ether in you, Miss Andros. The essence of the gods is wasted on you. The way you fight, you might as well be mortal.
Hadn't I killed 3 ether-craving demons? Wasn't that worth something?
Square off. Keep your eyes trained on muscle movement. You know the drill,
he instructed. I turned back to Jackson Manos, resident Covenant heartthrob, and my current opponent. With his swarthy looks and those dark, sexy eyes, he could be quite the distraction. Jackson winked at me. I narrowed my eyes at him. We weren't allowed to talk during sparring. Instructor Romby felt it took away from the authenticity of fighting. Really, even in all of Jackson's glory, he wasn't the reason I kept missing his heel strikes and spin kicks. The source of my absolute failure leaned against the training room wall. Dark waves tumbled over his forehead, falling into gunmetal gray eyes. Some would say Aiden St. Delphi needed a haircut, but I loved the wilder look he'd been favoring recently. An instant later, our gazes locked. Aiden returned to the stance I was all too familiar with. Well-defined arms crossed over his chest, legs widespread. Watching, always watching. Now he communicated a look that said I should be paying attention to Jackson and not him. Tight coils sprung within me, another thing I'd grown accustomed to. It happened whenever I laid eyes on him. It wasn't so much the near-perfect curve of his cheekbones, or the way his smile hinted at a set of dimples, or that impossibly ripped body of his. I snapped out of my reverie with a moment to spare. I blocked Jackson's knee with a brutal swipe of my arm, and then I went for a throat strike. Jackson countered it easily. We circled one another, delivering blows and dodging them. He stepped back, dropping his arms to his sides. I saw my opening and went for it. Spinning around, I aimed my knee for his midsection. Jackson darted to the side, but not quickly enough. I caught him hard in the stomach.